Now to an effort to change lives in St. Petersburg. Mayor Rick Kriseman calling poverty and violence a crisis in his city and pledging $1 million to help stop it.
ABC Action News reporter Rodney Dunnigan is live to explain how the financial pledge could finally make a difference. Rodney?
Well, Jameson, the mayor's office says some of this money could actually be used to fund programs that have already been established across the city. In fact, just this weekend, a group of pastors and community leaders met for the first time with a group of young teens in this community. Those community activists tell me today that the time for talk is over and the time to get to work right now.
I'm definitely thinking that what if it could be me? I'm thinking, how do we stop the violence in St. Pete?
It's something no kid should have to think about, but for 16-year-old Keontae Howard, violence is a reality.
I came from an abusive home, but I was taken in by someone else.
That guardian was the positive influence Howard needed. He admits he's been pretty lucky.
They definitely got me on the right path because I had a lot of issues.
It's a very complex recipe for disaster that's going on in our community.
Reverend Kenny Irby, pastor of Bethel AME Church, has spent years helping kids just like Keontae. Recently, he spearheaded a new initiative called Men in the Making. The program was first established following weeks of deadly violence plaguing South St. Pete. The group held their first meeting over the weekend with a large group of teens from the inner city.
When you have children that don't have hope, and they're not being inspired to move beyond what they see in front of them, their dreams, their hopes and aspirations are being squashed very early on.
Irby was glad to hear St. Pete Mayor Rick Kriseman plans to pump $1 million into the city's underserved communities.
Now what we need on the south side of the city, we need to see some of those resources and some of those pledges really taking root and move from rhetoric to relevance.
For youngsters like Keontae, this is hopefully the start to a brighter future. Now, at this point, the mayor's office has not actually pinpointed where this $1 million will come from. However, the mayor stresses that no programs will be cut. Now, in the coming weeks, he plans to put together a task force. That group of community leaders will actually decide what programs that the funding will go to. Of course, all of this will eventually have to be approved by the city council. Reporting live from St. Pete tonight, Rodney Dunnigan, ABC Action.